All right, so let's do a recap and a focus list. So recap. I didn't have a recap over the weekend, so I guess we can go over the past 2 days. So Bitcoin looks like it reclaimed the 50 SMA. Crypto's been rallying a little rejection today on some volume, so we'll see how that plays out. But all in all, crypto starting to reclaim major moving averages. QQQ, obviously, Friday we had that gap up, and then today, really nice follow through. I mean, throughout the whole day, basically. A little bit of chop this morning, but other than that, it was a very steady move up once we broke the opening range highs. Um, IWM didn't really partake as much as QQQ, so QQQ is leading us. I think that's mainly because of all the mega caps and the semiconductors. A lot of semiconductors are leading the way right now. AMD, ARM, which you'll see I am long a couple of these. Um, Even the video is starting to push towards its all-time high. Stocks like, I don't even know, the CRDO, pushing to its high. Semiconductors in general are just really strong. I mean, look at the SMH, you know, new highs, gapping up, just very strong. So I'd attribute that probably mostly to the QQQ's return. And then obviously RSP, IWM, kind of just chilling under the surface. My open positions, I still have half of my Lumen. I bought this on uh, October 2nd, right? And I've just been trailing the 10, and it's just held it all the way. So I'm up over about 50% on this, and we're starting to make a pretty big push into earnings. So we'll see what happens with it. If we gap up tomorrow, I mean, it's getting a little bit stretched, right? I think is a reality. It's definitely getting a little stretched. So we gap up tomorrow. You start pushing $10, and I'll start offloading some of this into that $10 area for sure. And then also you're pushing into the this left side peak, this top back in November of 2024, right? So almost a year ago, pushed up and topped, and it's kind of pushing up into that level now. So you start pushing that $10 level, 1033 tomorrow, and I'll start offloading some of this and try to buy on a dip or a pullback. But we'll see. Again, you have earnings Thursday. Let's see if those are after hours or if that is pre-market. So 10:30 after hours. So yeah, so 10:30 after hours. We'll watch that. I have NUAI just trailing this one. Gonna wait for it to get a little bit blow offy. I don't think it's there yet. You start pushing up to $10, and I think that's gonna be a really good area to start offloading this thing. DVLT, you had a death candle today. Very, not a good candle you want to see. However, it was on lower volume. I don't think it's the end of the world. When I go to an hourly chart, it looks fine, right? It does look a little like CRCL. When CRCL topped, you had that bullish candle, and you had this death candle, and that was the top. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not gonna trim any though early. I really want this thing. I want to give this thing room to work. You broke out from 243. This thing made a 600% move. Why can't this go to 10 or not 10? Okay, let me chill. But why can't it go to 6? Even $8? I don't think is ridiculous, especially in this kind of a market. So I really want to give it room. It's an AI stock, right? You're in an AI driven market. So yeah, I really want to give this one room and not babysit it too much. AMD, nice. Obviously, we had the gap up Friday. That's where I bought my position. And then today, you had a nice gap up, came down, almost retested my average, but didn't retest my average, and then closed right at the highs and even took out the 5-minute opening range break. So very constructive action there. I'll probably move my stop up to break even tomorrow. But again, semiconductors in general are just acting good. ARM, this is the biggest position in my portfolio. And obviously I bought it Friday. Not the best close, but today gaps up above Friday's high and then holds that low, pushes over this little level right here, this 180 level, and then the next level is the all-time high at 190. So if we can push through that, then we'll have some cushion to hold in the earnings and make other decisions from there. But all in all, this is working really well. And again, this is in a a good theme right now. So EOSC, this isn't that working so well. I have like no, I barely have. I'm risking like very small on this, but yeah, I'm just using Friday's low as my stop. I bought it on Friday above the inside day high. And batteries really aren't working that well. SLDP and VST both stopped me out. So I wouldn't be shocked if this one followed. But I don't really care. I didn't risk much on anything back on Friday because I'm just trying to like pyramid myself into the market and not do anything too crazy. But so yeah, this probably will stop me out. And, we'll see what happens. Path. This is like my third biggest position. Pretty nice size position. Bought this on Friday through the inside day's high, and then nice continuation today. My stop is break even, so no need to micromanage this. Maybe we get a flag around this 19 level, and then I get to add into it. Or it could just keep going. Who knows? But big fan of this. 780R, $400 million volume. Software's doing pretty good right now. You have SoFi, PLTR, both pushing highs, right? So, PLTR hit a new all-time high today. So yeah, and then today, end of day, I did buy APLD and I bought some APVE just to anticipate the breakouts for tomorrow. These are on my focus list, as I'll get into right now. I guess we'll segue into that. So my top chart for tomorrow is APVE. I really like this flag kind of thing. I don't love the stocks. Like, it didn't trade incredible volume on this move up. And I don't like this death candle right here at 657. And honestly, I don't really like the stock's liquidity either. It's not that liquid. So honestly, I might sell this. I thought it was a lot more liquid than it was. I was wrong. I'm gonna try to get out of this, not gonna lie. I thought it was trading a lot more dollar volume. But it's not. So I kind of don't want this. To be honest. Alright, I just exited that one. Okay. Anyways, so ABVE, I mean, I like the chart still, but the dollar volume is not the best. And it didn't trade that much relative volume on the way up. It did make a nice linear move. It's built this nice flag here. But I'd wait for the actual confirmation of the breakout just because this one's not that great. But it looks decent, so I'm watching this for tomorrow. APLD, I think this is pretty nice. Made a nice, I mean, obviously this is a great, huge move up off the off this low, 200%, nice and linear right here, and then still decently clean right here. Pulled into the 10, little inside candle. Had an inside candle Thursday, gapped up, tried to push higher, failed Friday, but then today had an inside candle on low volume. So I'd be willing to try this tomorrow over the highs of today. I don't think it's the greatest setup in the world, but I think it's decent. Like you can even draw like a little mini flag here. Right, like you can draw this, and you have these like higher lows like here, so you can draw like this little mini flag, I think. And I mean, again, 1080R, $1 billion volume, that's a lot. So very liquid, probably the best chart for tomorrow. And then I also have RGTI. It closed under the 20, and Quantum looks pretty weak, and these did pull back super aggressively. But nice little inside candle. It could be okay to try. I don't know, I probably maybe wouldn't try it, or if I did try it, it'd be on super low risk. But I don't think it looks bad here, so we'll see. Neg, I have this on my watch list. I don't know if I would trade this. If I did, I would trade it very small. But you had this momentum move back here. You know, this thing made like a 40% move in 4 days, and then it kind of consolidated, fake broke out, and then turned back up, and then now you have an inside candle, which corresponds with these old highs. So maybe if you break out of this, you know, $70 level, you can make a move back to 140. That's a 100% move, so it's not like that's small. So maybe it could be worth a shot over today's inside candles high. INTC, the idea with this one, I don't know if I would trade it, but the idea would be it's more of like a delayed earnings reaction kind of setup. Obviously earnings gapped up, try to push higher, and then ultimately like faded and came back down. But then today you get pushed back up, inside candle, and so then maybe over the inside candle's day's highs, you're going to take out that earning day high and get a delayed reaction. Could make a move to like 50. Not the best setup in the world though. And that's all I got. So I would say like INTC, NEG, and RGTI, the setups are like mediocre. I like APVE and I like APLD a lot more. And then in terms of like setup, just setup alone, I like APVE the best. But in terms of when you're factoring liquidity, and then ADR, I think APLD is right there, just as good. But I'd wait for confirmation for APVE because you had the fade candle, and then also, yeah, it's just not the most liquid thing in the world. So I don't want to get trapped in that in pre-market. Yeah, that's all I got. So appreciate you guys for watching, and thank you.